Hey, what's happening? Holistic Handyman here from healthforthebusy.com. Okay, so today's video is going to be about how to achieve more for yourself. All right, so it reminded me of this quote because I was watching a video. I was listening to the video actually. Well, okay, I was listening to an audio because I wasn't even looking at the damn screen. But it reminded me, this quote reminded me of something that I've experienced in myself, in my life. Okay, so the quote is, life life's luxury, once tasted, becomes necessity. All right. So the reason why this actually applies to my life so dearly is because I grew up in poverty, okay, so to speak. You know, um, basically, I wasn't raised by my mother and father. I was always raised by my sister and other family members. Here and there, I'll have my father raise me for a certain amount of years. My mother raised me for a year. My sister raised me the majority of my life, but staying at other people's house throughout my life. So I haven't had much of stability, and I haven't really seen luxury at that point. It was always the same common things. But once I actually started being on my own, when I was 18, my sister left me the apartment that I was living at for the majority of my life. And this apartment was in the housing projects where it was, what was it? The rent was stabilized, basically. So I was paying low rent, but the quality of the area wasn't so good. So this is all I knew at a point. Then I got a good job, which is what I'm doing now. Before I started doing construction, I was working at BJ's as a cashier, and then I became a delivery driver for Domino's. So it was like, after like first doing BJ's, that was my first experience of making money. So I thought this was the best. I actually remember where I was actually going to get drafted to the Navy. I actually took the test and everything, and I failed by 2 points, and I totally got discouraged. But driving to the station, I remember the recruiter came to pick me up at my house, and he actually, he said, "So yeah, how long you been working at BJ?" So I just started, and so he said, "Oh, so you like the job?" I said, "Oh man, it's the best job ever. You work this amount of time, you have 15 hours. I mean, not 15 hours. Sorry, you have 15-minute break, and then you get another half an hour break. This and that and the third." And the two recruiters looked at each other like, "Is this kid serious?" That's the face they made at each other, like, that job ain't so good. So what? It's the best job ever, because it was my first job, right? But anyways, so I actually took that test and I failed by 2 points. I totally got discouraged because the guy was like, "Damn man, like, don't get discouraged, you go at it again." I said, "Man, forget this shit. I'm going back to the job that I knew." But got fired from that job, started working at Domino's, right? So working at Domino's as a delivery driver, this job, I was like, "Oh, this job is the best job ever," because, I get to sit down in my car all day, blasting the music that I like to listen to, driving around, this and that, driving around, delivering pizzas, getting tips from people and stuff like that. And, I get favored from, ladies because they say, "Oh, you're so handsome, yeah, I'm gonna give you extra money." I was like, "Oh, what? I got a money maker," so I use it to my advantage a little bit, But hey, so that job I got fired from because I had got into a car accident. Every time, accident, whether or not it's your fault, if you hit the person from the back, it's your fault, right? That's another story for another time. I'll get into that another time. So, after that job, unemployed for 6 months, didn't know exactly what it felt like to actually have money now. It was like, oh man, I was experiencing money, now I have nothing. Now I'm surviving off my savings. So it's like, crap, like I don't know where to go from here. I don't know what to do. Like, I experienced making money, now I'm experiencing not having money. For 6 months, unemployed, no job, right? Then that's right there, that's when I realized the luxury of having something it becomes a necessity in your life. Okay? That's when I realized if you don't want more for yourself, it's because you haven't experienced not having a specific something. Because once you actually experience having a particular goal or achieving a certain level, you never want to actually go back. Okay? So that's why I said Life's luxury, once tasted, becomes necessity. And it's so true. I had me and my now wife, but my girlfriend at the time, we both were basically surviving off the income I was making. She was working a job, but I was too. And we needed it together. Thank God I saved, I was saving money as I was spending money. That's a habit I picked up. And I'm so grateful for certain experiences in my life made me realize that I've actually learned from people's mistakes. Living with my sister, I see how money comes and goes. Like, she would literally spend money for the sake of making us happy and making sure we have everything, and then cry broke later. When I decided to actually develop a way to make money for myself, I said I will never do that. I will not ever put myself in a predicament where I feel like I will have to cry later. Sometimes it happens without you actually wanting it to. It just happens out of nowhere, which is what happened to me. The car accident caused me to lose my primary source of income. And it hurt because I'm like, damn, I don't have money coming in, but bills still have to go. Okay? So if you want to experience more for your life, you have to understand that you have to strive for something. You have to experience as much as possible, because once you start experiencing good for yourself and you have higher standards for yourself, you realize, okay, I don't want to go backwards. So if you're not motivated to lose weight or even look out for your health, you must think you have to want more for yourself. Experience something new. Go talk to people. Watch other people's experiences. Things like that will actually put a spark in you and motivate you to want to do more for yourself. Okay? This is why I became a holistic health coach, because I realized it's very, very hard for people to push themselves forward, because habits are so strong that keeps them stagnant and complacent. I totally understand. I've been through that. Being so complacent with doing what you feel like is good at that moment, but then you realize you're at a ceiling. You can't achieve anymore. And then when that floor gets leveled underneath you and it's like just drops like a drop ceiling, you be like, oh my gosh, you want to go back to that point. But sometimes you have to go past that point to realize for yourself that I can't go back to that. I have to keep going higher. Okay? So if you're struggling with weight loss, if you're struggling with any health issues that you want to conquer, anything that you want to at least achieve for yourself, if you're struggling with goals that you want to do to better your life and better the quality of life, just hit that button down below, book a session with me. Okay? We're gonna figure out exactly what it is that you want, what's stopping you, and how to get you there. Okay? So in these practices is things I've used in my life for years before I became a construction worker. During the time I became a construction worker, I started developing methods and techniques in order to help me better my habits. And I could greatly say that it worked it worked, because now I'm at a better position than I used to be. And I want you to be at a better position that you want to be. Okay, I want you to improve the quality of your life. Okay, and I want you to experience luxury, because once you experience that first taste of luxury, you never want to go back. It becomes a necessity for you. Okay, so book a call with me. Okay, well, I can't wait to talk to you, and I will see you on the other side.